Hi everybody, it's Crystal and welcome back to my channel, This Provincial Life. Today I'm going to be doing the BookTube Newbie Tag, and as I was reading through the questions, I realized I was getting extremely uncomfortable and I did not want to do this video, and I was trying to figure out why I didn't want to do this video and why I just wanted to skip it and not even try, and then I realized I know why, because this is the way to set myself apart from other booktubers, and the questions kind of give me beauty pageant vibes, and I did a beauty pageant way back when I was in high school, and it was quote unquote a scholarship opportunity, and it was called Junior Miss, and they did something very similar to this where you had to sit down with all of the judges and you had to basically say why you were so awesome and why you were supposed to win this pageant, and it made me so uncomfortable that I kept laughing. I just was hysterically laughing because it was so hard to have people watch me as I tell them how awesome I am. And so when I read through these questions, it gave me flashbacks of 15-year-old Crystal going It's important to step out of your comfort zone every once in a while, and this is me stepping and leaping and hopefully not going to crash. Hopefully not going to crash. The first question is, why did I start this channel? And number one, to talk about books. I mean, that's the generic, this is why I'm doing this, to talk about books, but then also to meet people that also love books. The next question is what are some fun and unique things that I could bring to BookTube? This is the one that makes me the most uncomfortable because it's please tell me how awesome you are. So let's just take a minute. Okay. Okay. So I have kind of a fun, quirky personality, at least I think so, and my mom thinks so. My mom says I'm special. I like books, and I feel like I have something to say in regards to books. The next question is, what are you most excited about with this new channel? Number one, to create. I love to create. I love the idea of learning a new creative skill and being able to improve, and then also to meet a whole bunch of new people. The fourth question is, why do I love reading? I love reading because I love storytelling and I love cultures. I love how somebody can be the exact same age, but then there's someone across the world that has a completely different experience. So question number 5 is, what book or series got you into reading? Reading is such a foundational thing that it's hard to say just one book. The first series that really inspired me as a young little girl, as I was learning to read and kind of gaining momentum with reading, was the Frog and Toad series. I don't know if anyone's really heard of that, but it's very cute. It's just about friendship, which is one of my favorite themes to read about. And then moving on as I grew older and into chapter books, the book that really inspired me that's a chapter book is Mandy by Julie Andrews, and that's also a very good book. And then as I started to get into more complex reading, obviously Harry Potter was the one that just kind of kept me going through reading through middle school, and in I think it was middle school into high school. And then the Hunger Games series came out and was really hyped, and so I started reading that. And then after all of the books of that series were done, I didn't read for a while because I didn't know how else to find books, and that's what led me to BookTube eventually. What questions would you ask my favorite booktubers? I would ask specifically some of my favorite booktubers that actually have stopped producing content. Why did they stop doing content? Why did they lose inspiration? I would love to know why. And then the ones that are still making content, how do you stay consistent and make content? How do you find creativity in a world where it is kind of hard to stay creative when your main focus is books, and it's kind of hard to look at something in a different light. What challenges do you think starting a BookTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Number one, my shyness and being able to be active in a community, and then I'm also worried about consistency. I'm really busy. I have a lot of things going on in my life, and I'm worried that I'm just not going to have time to really keep it consistent. When did you start reading? Back in the first grade, I had the worst first grade teacher in the entire planet, and so I refused to read for her. So long story short, I was taken out of there and put into the learning center where I learned to read, and I met this woman named Mrs. Zahner. I honestly owe a lot of my love for reading to her, because she was the one that really taught me that reading is a way to escape. So where do I read? If you were to say, Crystal, here's a book, I want you to read it wherever you want, I would hop on a plane and read. I know that's not a very common answer because most people are like motion sick and can't read. I love it. I love the whirring noises. I love that I'm stuck in a space and I don't have any other guilt. I can read for as long as I want because I have to be on this plane, and I don't have to do dishes or anything else that lurks at the back of my mind. What kind of books do you like to read? I love to read anything with words in them, and that's I'm so funny. No, but seriously, like I like a good story. I like to be entertained, but then I also like to see a solid start point and an end point, whether it be contemporary, which is like fluffy, or contemporary, which is like hard-hitting, realistic, or fantasy, psychological thrillers, middle grade, children's books, nonfiction. But I do want like very strong character development, and that's really important to me. So any book that has those criteria, I love. Hopefully you guys like my like this tag, and I have a couple of other videos on my channel. I'll keep them, like maybe link them or whatever. Go ahead and feel free to go and look and see if there's anything else that you like, and go ahead and comment, and hopefully I see you guys again. Bye! Mom. Okay. Sorry, my mom was calling me and